Hello everyone, we are live from the alpaca pen here at the Barn in the Bay. I hope I'm live, I hope people can see me. I'm just going to grab comments. One second. If anybody can see me, if you could just drop me a comment there just to say we are live. If you're watching on the Facebook group, you won't be able to comment unless you go to streamyard.com/Facebook, and that'll allow you to comment on the video. We're streaming through Facebook, through StreamYard today, so that we can go live on YouTube and Facebook together. So I am going to introduce you to the boys. So these are our alpacas. They're usually outside in the field, but it's been pretty bad weather, so I brought them in for a few days. They're itching to get out. It's a lovely day out there today. But before I let them out, I need a little bit of that ice to melt because they've got very fine legs, as you can see. So it's a bit dangerous skating on the ice. Hi, Jasper. Jasper's ready to meet people. So I'm going to go through the boys one at a time, introduce them. If you've got any questions, I can't see any at the moment. I can't see comments. So hopefully, if you're commenting, let me just check. Nothing just yet. If you're commenting, it should show me. If I don't see the comments and you ask a question, I'll come back on later on and answer them for you. So my hands are freezing. It's still quite cold here, so sorry about the wobbly camera. So let's go through and meet the boys. So first of all, this is Samuel. Hi, Sam. So Sam is our big, friendly, cool guy. He's got a gorgeous, big hair barnet going on up there, but Sam's problem is that it grows into his eyes over here quite a lot, so we have to trim his fringe, which isn't his favorite thing. But Sam's just our cool guy. He's one of the wedding alpacas. He's usually he's really docile, so he's usually one of the best ones for weddings. Not great at keeping straw off him, as you can see. So hi, Samuel. I'm going to go to Hector next because he's nudging my arm. So this is Hector. Hector. Nope. He's not playing. He's more interested. I've just put my hair nut in and he's more interested in that at the moment. So Hector is our little guy. He's the goofy lad. He's really cute. He's the youngest of our boys and he's still the baby of the group, even though he's getting a little bit older now. Hi, Sam. Sam's always on the lookout for food. So Hector is the youngest in the group. He's really laid back. If we're doing an alpaca trek, Hector's the one who's kind of wandering along at the back and people have to go at his pace. He won't hurry up. Sam thinks I've got food. Hi, Hector. Hector also gives the best kisses. So that's Hector. Let's see who's next. Jasper. So Jasper was the last boy to join us. He was really, really shy when he got here, and Emily, our alpaca walker, did quite a bit of work with him. And he's there you go, Jasper. He's pretty chilled now. That's Hector's nose. He's pretty chilled now. We don't bring him to hi Hector. We don't bring him to weddings because he's still a little bit squealy. Hector's really interested now. He's still a little bit nervous, so he doesn't do weddings, but he's a really pretty boy, and he does the trekking. And what he does is leads the walk. So Emily will walk with him, and all the others will follow. He's pretty good at that. So while I'm being attacked by Hector here, let's go to Wesley. So this is Wesley. He's our head counter. Hey, Wes. He's also the greediest alpaca that we've got. So when we're doing a walk or if anything's going on, if we're moving the alpacas or anything like that, Wesley likes to know where everybody is. So he has to stop, turn around and do a head count. And if there's people in the group as well, he'll count those as well. And if anybody's hanging behind, usually with Hector, Wesley just kind of makes little noises to hurry them up. Hi, Hector. Goofy. So let's go next is Dylan at the back here. He came with Wesley. He's his pal. Dylan's our grumpy one. He doesn't really do very much other than keep the others company. He's He's one of the oldest ones. He's a little bit, well, he's just grumpy. So he doesn't really like being handled too much, but we'll kind of just leave him to do his thing. He's a really good guard animal. So, hi, Hector. He's a really good guard animal. And if we've got sheep in the field, he'll chase dogs away. That's what alpacas do on farms. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. So next, Rolly. Hi, Rolly. So Rolly is our little Mr. Sensible. He's Wesley's half brother. They look quite similar. And he's our little Mr. Chill. He's the littlest of the group. He's actually one of the oldest, but he's just really short. I'm being attacked here. He's the smallest out of the group, and he's the sensible one. So if they get lost, which happens quite frequently, I'll tell you about that in a minute. If they get lost, he gets them out. They have a tendency to walk single file into places and all get themselves wedged in. Rolly's the one who'll get them out, although Rolly infamously made me late for netball once because he got himself stuck behind a shed. Then we've got Faustus. Hi, Faustus. Faustus is Mr. Elegant. He's the gentleman of the group. He's so laid back. He's really cute. And he's so docile. He just stands there and lets you do whatever you want to him. So Faustus usually goes with Sam to weddings. They're all attacking me here. So there's Faustus. So who have we got next? Bacchus. So, hi, Jasper. When I mentioned that they get a bit lost sometimes, it's usually because of Bacchus, the black one here. So he's the wanderer. So whenever they're lying down quite peacefully in their fields on an evening, chewing the cud, he'll suddenly get up and walk away, and the rest of them, because they're a really close herd, they have to get up and go with him. So he goes excuse me. He goes off and wanders around the field, and they just have to wander behind him. And it's always Rolly that works out when he gets himself lost. It's always Rolly who works out how to get them back. So they're not hungry. They're just greedy, these boys. We feed them on hay, so they get hay nets. We don't give them anything else. They don't need any extra food. A lot of alpacas need extra supplements. We give them their vitamin paste in the winter, but apart from that, they don't really get any extra food unless they're looking thin, which never happens here. We've got really good grass, and our vet actually called them fat knackers. So I'm going to show you the last alpaca. So number 9 is our latest alpaca. Not really an alpaca at all, but they've adopted him. So hi, under there. So the sheep was in the field with them. They decided that they were going to adopt it. He won't come away from the alpacas now. He's decided he's one of them, and he's just quite happy being in here rather than in with the sheep. So if you've got any questions, here's Chili the dog coming, so they're all going to go and try and protect the sheep from the dog. If you've got any questions, pop them into the comments so I can see. Kat, we loved our trek with Faustus and Sam. Oh, we can't wait to be doing trekking again, Kat. Really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's something that we're missing a lot. So we're hopefully going to be doing it again from about April, depending on the weather and what the government say. Joe, hi, Joe. Faustus has got amazing eyes. Let's go back to Faustus's eyes. Really suspicious look there from him. He's gorgeous. So what do the alpacas do on the farm? You can see them protecting the sheep from Tilly there. So that is what they do. We keep them for a couple of reasons. Really, I got them because they were gorgeous and I wanted them as pets. But on the farm, they're really useful. If you have them in with sheep, they will chase dogs away. So as you can see, they're all, the little sheep's behind them down there. And they're all just protecting the sheep from Tilly here, who's trying to get in and eat sheep's poo. Tilly, I can see you. So they're pretty used to our dogs, so they'll just keep an eye on them. And Tilly and Faustus like to play a chasing game quite a lot. Excuse me. So Tilly will come into the field and chase Faustus, and he'll chase her back. The pair of them quite like doing that. But if a stray dog or just a random dog, we're quite close to the beach here, so dogs sometimes do come up into the fields, and if they did, the alpacas would chase the dog off the sheep. So our sheepdogs won't go too close to them. They're pretty nervous of them, and they're not really nervous dogs. So if we need to move the sheep, we've got to get the alpacas out first, otherwise they won't let them do it. The other thing we do with the alpacas is trek them. So in the summer, we have Emily, who is a student vet nurse, and she comes down and works with us, and we run alpaca trekking around the farm. So groups of up to 4, and you can take an alpaca on a lead and just walk around the farm with the alpaca. And it's actually very therapeutic. So I'm just going to see if there's any more questions, then I'm going to sign off there. If anybody has questions, I can see a couple, but I can't see very many. If you do have questions, feel free to drop them through to me and I'll answer them later on. I'm quite happy to keep coming back in to the pen. They're probably going to go back out into the field tomorrow, so I just thought I'd capture them today. So just one other thing, at weddings, what do they do? I've got a question, what happens at a wedding? So what we do is you generally don't tell your guests that they're coming to the wedding, and it's a big surprise. So we'll have 2 of the alpacas, they'll come out with a handler, and during your drinks reception, and they'll just basically mingle with your guests. So we have them on a rope, they go around amongst your guests, and they just get stroked, and you can give them a bit of food. And they're great props for photos. Even the most photo shy person, and I hate having my photo taken, but I don't mind with an alpaca. Even the most photo shy person is absolutely fine with an alpaca. So they're really good for that. And photographers love them. Okay, I'm going to sign off there. And if you've got any questions, just drop them through to me.